This is my friend Eli's 2019 Aprilia RSV4 1100 factory. It is a very special, very fast bike, and I'm privileged enough to be with him today, and we're gonna walk around and show it to you. Stay tuned, let me show you what we've got. Brother, this is striking. Everywhere I look, I just see awesome angles. Carbon fiber work just touches everywhere, and I love it. I could look at this bike all day and probably see something new the entire time. Tell me a little bit about this. How long have you had it?
Only about 6 or 7 months now. I was scrolling Marketplace, not even in the market for a new bike. You know how it goes.
Yeah, we'll pause right there. Yeah. So he was scrolling Marketplace, not looking for a motorcycle, but here we are. Don't shop unless you're ready to buy, because sometimes when you see the deal, obviously this is a... You were at Marketplace. You saw the bike. Tell me about it. Like,
yeah, so this thing pops up for an absolute steal of price. I could not pass up.
What's the MSRP on one of these things? What are we talking? If I wanted to go buy one of these in 2019, with inflation, it's probably like quadruple that now. But anyway, what were we thinking?
Don't quote me on this, but I think it was around 22, 23,000.
Oh, wow. Above 20 grand for sure. 2 or 23,000 USD. That's a lot of money for a motorcycle for sure. You said you paid a steal for it. What did you get?
So out the door, picked this thing up for $77.50.
Dude, no wonder you got this bike. This thing's a beautiful bike for $77.50. Holy crap.
Exactly, could not pass on this.
There's a bunch of Honda boys watching right now that are like, you're telling me I could have got that instead? Like, dude, for real. Jixer, you guys know what I'm talking about. For that money, you're looking at CBR 1000s, not even the newest late model ones. You're looking at, not in R1, but you're looking at maybe the 9 to 12 range, not even the newer ones. This is an awesome bike for that price, man. That's amazing. What was wrong with it? There's no way you got that kind of deal without some issues.
Yeah, there's a story behind it.
Okay, well, do tell. We are interested. We love stories. That's why we're here.
The previous owner took a trip with his buddies down to Tail of the Dragon.
Okay.
And he's going through the corner, left-hand turn, got a little squirrely apparently, and low-sided it. Went down into a little ditch. Luckily, nice soft dirt. It kind of scraped up some of the fairings inside.
But the Deals Gap is the Tail of the Dragon. So if you guys are outside of the United States or you're in the United States, look that up. It's Deals Gap. It is a long stretch of road which has a ton of corners. Like, it's the go-to spot in the United States. A lot of people go there. It's packed all the time. But so he's at Deals Gap running this, and he low-sided. On this side, that's why it's not on camera, so that way you guys don't see the damage. No, it's beautiful. There's
gotta show the good side.
For sure. There's no damage that I can see. I mean, it looks pristine. Obviously for 2019, there's some little nicks, some scratches here, but on it, fuck, man. It looks like it was babied and garaged its whole life, for sure. So, what was, like you said, the wing was impacted?
Yeah, the wing took most of the damage because you can see it sticks out pretty far from the fairings. And there's actually the front fairing is cracked. So it gave me an excuse to buy a nice carbon fairing for it. This is aftermarket.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah. The wings are factory carbon as well as the side pieces here.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. It comes with some actual factory pieces that fit correctly.
With the way that the weave is for this carbon, even though it's aftermarket, you'd never know it wasn't factory. I mean, it looks that good. Okay, so you had to replace the wing. Any other damage other than the wing?
The radiator had a pinhole leak in it. This got bumped in the crash. And like, I honestly probably could have ran it the whole season, not have been worried about it. It's a tiny little leak though, just burn off. Yeah, just the wing, the front fairing, radiator, and that's it.
Oh, how much do the wings and the radiator cost?
Yeah, as you can imagine, Parts aren't cheap.
No, they're not. That's something that a lot of us do take for granted. For a higher production motorcycle, they've got the parts on the shelf. You just call Kawasaki and they send you what you need kind of deal. But I imagine Aprilia probably doesn't have a lot of those just sitting on a shelf.
Yeah, luckily there is one company down in Texas. It's AF1 Racing. They do stock quite a bit of stuff for Aprilia, Ducati, all those Italian bikes. Some of the stuff is better. You can get it within a week or so. For example, little things like decals, like the decal on the wing, 4 to 6 month lead time.
For a sticker? That's insane. That is bonkers to me, but I believe it. What'd your wing cost you?
Oh, pieces. It was like $900 for one side. But I found a company out of Canada that makes carbon fairings and stuff in great condition. I got a set for $400, and that's almost identical.
So this is not factory, this is an aftermarket one?
Yes, this is factory one on the left side, but aftermarket on the right.
Guys, I'm gonna pick up the camera here. We're gonna go take a look at this. There is no way that you would be able to tell the difference between the two. And he's done obviously an awesome repair because you can't even tell the difference. I mean, if I was gonna nitpick, there might be a little more of a gap right here than the other side.
Small
maybe, but like, who's nitpicking? And you're not looking at both sides at the same time anyway. So $400 for a set. So you've got a replacement wing.
Yeah, for the right side.
Oh yeah, so we only crash on this side then because we've got backup parts.
That's right.
That's beautiful. All right, so coming around to the front of the bike, this thing is all done up. We've got Brembo 4-piston brakes, very similar to what I have on my Double R. I am jealous. You've got the full Olin suspension front and back, TTX rear shock. That's beautiful. What kind of wheels are these? Are these forged?
These are forged aluminum from the factory. Aprilia being the factory edition, comes with all the goodies. You got full Olin suspension like you just talked about.
The suspension, is this the like analog or is it automatic adjust while you're riding?
This is all just stationary. So you set it where you want it and leave it. Next year, 2020 actually came with the e-suspension where it adjusts for you. But
I think you kind of dodged a bullet with that because there's a lot of guys that really don't love that.
Yeah.
So you've got ASV levers on this. Did these come with the bike when you got it or did you put these on here?
I put those on there. It came with the stock levers when I picked it up.
And then you got a Brembo brake master. I love how that's etched in there, 1100 factory. That's really nice on the triple trees. So talk to me about performance on this bike versus other bikes that you've owned. How many bikes have you owned at this point?
Oh, the 9th bike now.
Oh yeah, my man. When did you start riding?
It would have been, oh man, probably 10 years ago when I was like 19, I think.
Okay,
so,
just the right age to go and destroy shit. What was your first bike?
I started on a little 300. You guys probably already know. I quickly outgrow that. Within 8 months or so, I sold that, got a Gixxer 600. Don't kill me. I know it's a Gixxer.
Hey, there's some Gixxer boys out there. We're all good. Gixxer homies. Did you have it tuned or did it come tuned?
On factory tune when I got it. I threw the Gabbro flash on there.
Gabbro.
Yeah, he's a guy out of Italy. From what I've heard looking online, he's the go-to for Aprilias. Tune your bike, make it a lot smoother.
We're learning something here. Gabbro out of Italy. He's the guy.
Gabbro.
Gabbro. I've never heard of that before. Is it like just ship your ECU out, they flash it and send it back?
No,
or
so they send you a little module that you connect to your phone via Bluetooth.
Okay.
And you just download one of his maps or the mods you have on your bike. So this one's just slip on, air filter, basic stuff.
Yeah.
Just pick that one, download it, and flash on the bike, and good to go.
Oh, that's cool. So you can flash it with your phone?
Yes.
That's way cool. I love that.
You can swap back and forth the stock maps or whatever if you need to. Say you want to take it to the dealership. I don't do that, but
yeah. Well, what dealer would we go to, right?
Yeah, nothing around here.
Nothing around here. You've owned a lot of bikes, obviously, 9. The one that he had before this, which I first met him on, it was a 13 RSV4?
Yes, and that was the R version, or like the base model.
The R is the base model.
Yes, yeah.
Of course.
Or the newer ones, they call it double R.
Oh, the more R's is better. Race. Like I've got 2 R's in mine. The second R costs 12 grand extra. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Got the CBR with the double R.
Oh yeah, double R. Dude, I'm just waiting for the pirate edition, just R. Compared to the 2013 single R Papega edition. I know that bike was fast. That was a great sounding bike. What are your thoughts compared to the two?
This thing, honestly, is a whole nother beast. Like the other one was quick and fun, handled pretty well. It was rated at 185 crank horsepower, I believe. This thing is 217.
Yo, that's like 205 right here, baby. Let's see what's up. Is this the first bike you've had with big ass wings on the front?
It is, yeah.
Do you notice any difference between other bikes?
To be honest, I haven't really noticed. So again, coming from a bike with a lot more horsepower than my old one.
Okay. Yeah,
it still brings the front wheel up like nothing. So I mean,
fair enough. Well, let's we'll bring the camera around to the kind of the back. We'll take a look at some of the other suspension components. Out of all the bikes you've owned, what's your favorite one?
It's got to be this. I was pretty sad to let the old one go. I had that one for almost 5 years. Pretty sad seeing it me go, but turn around like this and cheer me up. So.
Right, like, hey, you know what? I'm okay, dude.
Exactly.
How many miles are on this one?
Just over 10,000.
It's been ridden, but at this point, all the kinks have been worked out. Sometimes you guys get a bike, it's got like 1,200 miles on it, and then you find all the gremlins that the previous owner didn't address with the factory.
Much rather have a bike with higher miles that's been maintained its entire life than one that's just sat.
I agree with that sentiment a lot. Give me a bike that has been maintained and has seen a dealership or not. You ask the owner, hey, do you have service records? And then they send you a picture of a sheet that they have in their garage where they wrote down every time they serviced the bike. And that's what you are looking for. You've also got some tank grippers on here. Did you put these on here?
Oh, those actually came on the bike. The previous owner put them on there.
For those of you guys that are maybe new to the sport bike scene or unfamiliar with these grippers on the side when you're on the bike, you're up here like this. You really want to grip with your knees and you put a lot of your weight into your core. And so when you're on it and you can grip into these tank grippers, you're not sliding around as much. And also when you go to get on the brakes, you can grip with your knees and you don't slide forward. Whereas if that's a smooth surface, you will slide forward. Overall, these are a very great investment. They're not very expensive. If you're gonna get into any kind of hard acceleration or braking or turns, that keeps you locked into the riding position that you want to be, so that way you're not shimmying on the bike mid-corner. It's less that the suspension has got to figure out. So I think that's a great mod.
Also not sponsored.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by anybody here, but if you want to sponsor me, hit me up. Email. So, question I like to ask people, you're 12, 10, you have to pick a motorcycle purely based on appearance. You have no idea how it performs, it doesn't matter how it performs. What would you get?
I gotta go with the Ducati V4. Single-sided swing arm, beautiful red color.
Yeah, until you start it, those things sound broke. Yeah, the dry clutch gets me every time. That ruined me as a younger guy. If you guys have never heard the dry clutch on a Ducati, they have like a ting sound, like ting, 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 ting. And I was next to a guy the very first time I heard it, and I swear his bike was blowing up next to me. I'm like, it's gonna break. It's bad. And they're like, no, it's supposed to sound like that. I'm like, I'll never own one. That's funny. No, I get it. And they are such beautiful motorcycles. Sound-wise, I think this is one of the best sounding motorcycles. It's got a very low, deep growl. It's like V-Twin does it a little different, that's for sure. V4. Yeah, V-Twin, excuse me. It's just a little baby twin, you guys. No big deal. So I want to come around and talk about this exhaust. So let me grab the camera and we'll do that.
Yeah, so this SC Project CRT is off my 2013 RSV4, actually.
Was there any nuances or was it straight bolt?
Unfortunately, no. The exhaust geometry is a little bit different on the 1100. I had to buy an exhaust expander just to get this open a tiny bit.
Oh, okay, to like kind of just widen it out a little bit so this will fit?
It would not slide in there. Also, the mounting point, you can see up here, doesn't line up. So.
Oh, okay, so the mounting point off the footrest here is lower, kind of within where this bracket's at. Did you manufacture this here? This looks like it's a swing arm spool.
It's actually, that was part of the factory exhaust. That's how it mounted up.
Oh, okay.
So it just fit, and then it can come down with a little bracket to the original mount point.
My goodness, guys, this looks like it's supposed to be like that. I mean, you never know by looking at this that doesn't belong. Like,
the only thing that's kind of annoying is you get your foot up on here, ball of your foot, like you're going through the twisties.
Right.
Kind of foot on that mount and the exhaust sometimes.
Oh, okay, so your heel's kind of close to that exhaust.
Yeah,
I can see
a little mark on it already.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So there's a little bit of marking there. I could see that if you were maybe not paying the most attention, we could burn our heel on the motorcycle. Yeah,
that's why I wear boots.
Yeah, yo, dude, like, got our boots. We out here, dude. I love this seat. This seat looks like it is plush beyond belief. Is it?
So that's actually a Tuono seat.
Guys, this feels like a gel seat.
It is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, great. Yeah, like over there on that piece, there's no gel seat. I need to get. This is. Oh yeah, I could put some miles on that. You guys can't feel how it feels, but it feels perfect. It almost like the texture of the outside, like this bottom part here, smoothness is like kind of like almost like a wetsuit would be, like kind of that rubber tacky kind of feel, but then just nice. Is there any? Can you open this cavity? Does this little seat come off?
Pops up.
Oh, okay. I was thinking just
paper.
that. Yeah, room for a piece. Guys, I can't even put my hand in there at all. Like, here's his battery tender cord, guys, and that doesn't really fit in there very well. Like, you got to tuck it under everything. DC is a joke. Oh, hey, look, you got a wrench.
Yeah.
Nice. We were looking for that earlier. That's funny. So you can see on the back side of right here, there's a minus sign. That's just a little button, and then he's got a plus sign here. And that's traction control, plus pit limiter and everything else on this. That is sweet, dude. I like that. So, well, we got to get this thing out on the road. Absolutely. And we've got to do some exhaust sound ASMR of how good this Aprilia sounds. This is going to be sweet. So, let's go for a ride. As you saw, the draggy times, we were running 50 to 150, his bike and my bike, with a backpack and a full tank of gas and the cameras out. It doesn't slip through the air as it normally does, so he was walking me.
All here's excuses, man.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for letting me ride it, man.
Absolutely, same to you. That thing's a beast.
We're in Mexico, by the way. This is something special. There's so much torque with this 1100, you guys. His shifter lever is a lot lower than mine, so I was having trouble keeping my boot under it. This thing has got a boatload of power. Overall, the draggy times were fun. That V4 really cranks it out. You guys have seen the footage. I just pulled a wheelie as soon as I got into it. Being on this thing, I'm up a lot higher. The riding position's a lot different, but overall it was a lot of fun. It sounds really good. This thing is an eargasm when you're on it. It feels really good too. This seat is plush. I love it. It's something really special. So I'm really thankful to Eli for coming out and doing that with us. Hopefully you guys got some entertainment value out of it. Overall, I would say that if you can find one of these for $77.50 on Facebook Marketplace, this is the bike to buy.
Yeah. Go get it.
Go get it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Alex Cornut, your wheel man. This is my buddy Eli. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.